Okay, welcome to the High Altitude Investing live stream. As you guys all know, my name is Dallin Anderson, and today we are going to be talking about crypto, of course, the only coolest thing in the entire world, cryptocurrency. And let's go ahead and get this sharing, get everybody viewing the stream here on Discord and on Twitter. So yeah, happy weekend, everybody. Hope you guys have been having a good week, enjoying your week, enjoying everything that's been going on in your life, everything that you've been doing. Let's go ahead and get this live stream sharing here on Twitter. Make sure it's posted here on Discord. All right, cool. Welcome, everybody. Let's get started here. Let's do some TA on crypto. Actually, let's go ahead and use charts.cointrader because I like it better than TradingView in a lot of ways. Even though it basically just is TradingView, but yeah. So, you guys, today we are going to be taking more requests, or I should say I will be, because this is kind of, except for our community, this is kind of a one-man gig right now. But yeah, so feel free to drop your requests inside of the chat here, and we'll do TA on anything that you guys want to look at. So yeah, let's go over to Bitcoin here to start off with. Start by talking about the mothership first. Okay, so if you watched my last video about Theta, you guys know that I was talking about volume increasing and price increasing together. So if you get both volume and price increasing together, then that really means bullish, right? That's a bullish sign. So especially when you're breaking out into a new bull market, to see increasing volume and price is a really good sign. So if we look at Bitcoin right here, that's exactly what we do see. We see increasing volume down here. And of course, we also see increasing price. So you can see those two things are happening together. So yeah, that's bullish. That's a bullish volume profile. It would be bearish to see price going up like this and then volume just staying sideways, right? If we didn't get this spike up in volume right here, this huge spike, which by the way is like hundreds of billions of dollars. If we didn't get that spike while volume and price increase together right here, then that wouldn't be very bullish, right? Because increasing price without increasing volume is weakness. It's usually a sign that it's not going to keep going up. But here in the case of Bitcoin, we do have increasing price and volume. So yeah, that's a really bullish sign here for Bitcoin. Also, you guys, just look at this thing. All right? Like, this thing is clearly in a massive uptrend. If you look here on the 3-day candlesticks and you zoom out just a little bit here to where you can see back here 2017 down here, right? And then here's 2024, where we're at today. So from basically 2017 till 2024, you can see that this thing is clearly in an uptrend, right? Bitcoin is in an uptrend. And I don't know why it happens, but sometimes people don't use technical analysis, right? I don't know why it happens, but sometimes people look at Bitcoin right now and they start to try to post bearish charts. And yeah, I don't understand, but sometimes people miss the basics, right? And the basics are sometimes the most powerful. In fact, a lot of times the basics, having the fundamentals down, is the most powerful. Well, an uptrend is one of the most basic things ever in the world of technical analysis, right? Learning how to invest, how to trade. If you have higher highs and higher lows, oh, sticky keys. I pressed shift too many times. If you have higher highs and higher lows, that's an uptrend. That's bullish, right? One of the most simple, most fundamental things inside of technical analysis is trend analysis, right? Playing the trend. Here on Bitcoin in the 3-day candlesticks, Bitcoin is in an uptrend, okay? This is a massive uptrend. We're making higher highs and higher lows. So it blows my mind that people miss this, right? Like a child could see this, okay? If you zoom out and you show Bitcoin to a kid, he's going to tell you, look, Dad, it's going up, right? He's going to say that. And and yet still 90% of adults look at this chart and they're skeptical still, right? So yeah, use the basics, use fundamentals, you know? Like when I first started learning how to play the guitar, I learned a lot on YouTube, self-taught for multiple years. I started pretty young because I was inspired by a blind guy that could play guitar on YouTube, and I thought, you know what? If this guy can play guitar, I can. If a blind guy can play guitar like that, I can learn it. So I started learning how to play the guitar, and yeah, when I started learning how to play the guitar, because I was self-taught, I didn't teach myself the fundamentals. So then when I got a real teacher, right, they had to teach me form, how to hold my arm, how to hold my hand, how to keep my hand from resting on the guitar. And once I learned all that fundamentals of playing guitar, my ability to play guitar improved dramatically, right? But when I was trying to play guitar without knowing fundamentals and just hoping that I'm doing the right thing, I was still able to learn a lot of songs and play guitar, but yeah, it wasn't until I learned those fundamentals that I took myself to the next level. So when it comes to trading, when it comes to investing, a lot of people look at Bitcoin and they say, oh, well, I want to play guitar, right? Oh, I want to learn how to invest. I want to get good at investing. But they don't learn the basics. They don't learn, well, what is a market cycle? You know, you should probably figure out what a market cycle is if you're going to play markets, right? Okay, well, how does volume work? You know, like I can tell you that increasing price and increasing volume is bullish because I researched it. I studied the fundamentals of volume. Okay, well, how do Elliott waves work, right? Well, Elliott waves are pretty simple, easy to understand. They're fundamentals. When I say fundamentals, I'm not talking about fundamentals in the sense of what does a coin do, because in the world of investing or stock trading and investing, fundamentals would be like the essence of the project. What does it do? Is there a good team? Is there a good, right? When I'm talking about fundamentals in this case, I'm talking about the fundamentals of technical analysis, the principles of charting, right? So you got to learn the fundamentals of technical analysis. Market cycles, volume, Elliott waves. And as you learn these things, as you get those basics down, your investing is going to improve dramatically, right? You're going to increase in your ability to invest dramatically just because you understand the fundamentals of investing. Okay? The fundamentals of technical analysis, to be specific. And one of those fundamentals is uptrends, right? Uptrends, downtrends. Well, Bitcoin is in an uptrend. There's no argument about it. Nobody can argue about it. It's in an uptrend. We're making higher highs and higher lows. It's the reality of Bitcoin. So yeah, I know it's kind of a basic thing, but sometimes people forget that. Sometimes people forget the basics and then they miss out on opportunity. So yeah, Bitcoin is looking really good in the big picture. And that increasing volume and price down here is a bullish sign on Bitcoin. So yeah. What's up, everybody? Jason, good to see you, my friend. Light of the world, LimeWire. You know what's so funny? I actually was just yesterday looking at this LimeWire chart. Because, okay, if you had a computer back in the 2000s, early 2000s, then you know what LimeWire is, all right? You probably got 1 billion viruses when you were younger using LimeWire. But yeah, you had a lot of fun either way, right? So if you look at the LimeWire chart, LimeWire used to be it's a peer-to-peer software. So actually, what's really interesting about the way that I'm pretty sure LimeWire is peer-to-peer. So there's stuff like BitTorrent, right? BitTorrent is basically peer-to-peer file sharing, person-to-person file sharing. Well, crypto is peer-to-peer currency, right? That's what crypto is. It's person-to-person, peer-to-peer. So really, LimeWire, the idea behind LimeWire, or even the idea behind BitTorrent, right? Person-to-person file sharing is kind of a similar concept as person-to-person crypto, right? Being able to send Bitcoin directly to another person. With that being said, LimeWire, from a technical analysis perspective, is also in an uptrend, right? We were just talking about the basics. LimeWire is in an uptrend. Well, as you can see, we've been making higher highs and higher lows consistently, and we're just barely breaking out. And price discovery is not that far away. So if we break above $1.91, which was this point right here where it got added to the exchanges, it got added at around $1.93. So its previous all-time high is $1.93. Once LimeWire breaks above that level, then what you're going to see is you're going to see price discovery. So we've never been at those prices before. We're discovering new prices. Now, what happens as you break out into an uptrend is it ramps up, right? If you look at a skateboard ramp, the skateboard ramp gets steeper and steeper in its angle as you go up the ramp. Well, the same thing is true for these market cycles. It's called going parabolic. Okay, it's basically where the rate of growth increases so much that the chart starts to look like a skateboard ramp, where at that point where it goes vertical. And you can start to see that happening a little bit here with LimeWire, where we were going up in this channel here. We were uptrending inside of a channel. You can see. And we broke out of that channel, and now we're really starting to increase in momentum. And at some point, this is probably going to start to look like a skateboard ramp, right? Where price is really vertical here, and it's going to have to do some type of a healthy correction. Do I think that is right now? No, I don't. I actually expect Bitcoin to push higher in the short term, and I definitely think LimeWire will keep going here. Just my personal view. But Bitcoin looks really good. So I do suspect LimeWire here to keep pushing up. You know, you have to actually get parabolic. In order to have a real correction, you have to go parabolic. This is why people have been trying to call the top on the stock market, for example, for a long time now, and they've always been wrong. We've had corrections, but there hasn't been a Great Depression since 1929, right? Well, people basically people try to call the top the whole way up until it comes to the real top, and then nobody tries to call it, and it crashes. So the same thing is true here for like LimeWire. We're starting to go up here. People probably try to call the top, try to call the top, try to call the top, try to call the top. Then once it's really overextended, then yeah, then it really will top out. But not until everybody thinks it's going to keep going up, you know. Then it probably will. But yeah, I do think LimeWire will keep pushing up here. So forget LimeWire. Napster is where it was at. Yeah, man, the internet is such a cool place. All the crazy things that have happened over the years on the internet. Oh my goodness. LimeWire, freaking Napster. People are so funny. The internet is the wild, wild west, all right? So, and let me tell you, crypto is basically built on top of, well, it's built on top of the internet. So you can imagine like a pyramid. And then that final top like layer, right? That final top of the pyramid is like crypto. And the internet is that whole foundational thing that's under it. So if the internet is the wild, wild west, even still, even after years, right? There's way more regulation than when the internet first came out. The internet was the wild, wild west, right? Napster, LimeWire, all these crazy things happening. It's still the wild, wild west. Well, crypto is like the wild, wild west times 10, right? It's like built on top of the internet. It's just like the craziest place ever. This is why you get dog with the hat going up 100x, right? Is because crypto is the wild, wild west. It's one of the coolest places on the entire internet. New developing technologies are always fun and exciting because people get excited and people are creative by nature and we like to experiment. And sometimes we do things that we create experiments that were maybe a little bit questionable, you know, LimeWire, Napster. And sometimes people create experiments that are really, really cool. But either way, being part of that new technology where it's really exciting opens the doorway for you to see a lot of exciting and interesting things. So yeah, crypto is the wild, wild west for sure. I have been getting so many requests on Litecoin and it blows my mind. I have nothing against Litecoin, but it's just crazy to me how often I get this coin requested, considering the fact that, you know, it hasn't had like a crazy run for a while. Now, I do think it will. I do think Litecoin will go up at the very least. I think it's going to go up this cycle. But I just think it's really interesting. There's a lot of people that still support this coin, which is a good sign. It shows community strength and everything. So yeah, let's talk about Litecoin. So Litecoin here is a fractal repeat. I mean, if you look at it, it basically looks like it did the same thing twice. You know, I mean, like it's basically did the exact same thing twice, right? If we take this right here and we map this out and measure it, and you layer it on top of this, I mean, it's not really that different. It basically did the same thing twice, right? So in crypto, we've had a tendency to do 4-year cycles. There's no guarantee that that's going to go forever. But we do have a tendency for 4-year cycles. And you can see that, right? You can see one 4-year cycle, another 4-year cycle. And we could be, well, I think we are, because you can see the signs on Bitcoin already, that we're headed into another cycle. And you can see here that Litecoin is starting to see the signs, little early signs of starting to break out here. If we get up through short-term resistance here at $1.13, I think we're going to push up here pretty quick on Litecoin. I think we could start to head back up, back up towards the A and the B wave here. So we have wave A and wave B. And a lot of times what happens is as the market recovers, it goes right up into the middle of wave A and wave B of the ABC correction down. So we have this ABC correction down back here, right? And you can see that price went right up into the middle of that ABC correction. And then it pulled back a little bit. And then it pushed even higher all the way up to a new all-time high up here, right? So I think the same thing is kind of happening again here with Litecoin. We're starting to push up in between that A and that B wave again. So this one is almost too easy to trade just because it does exactly the same thing over and over. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you this because my purpose in these videos is really to get customer and client and viewer results. So for the people in the VIP, the people that watch my channel for free, I want you guys to get results. That's literally why I do this. You know, that's why I'm still on these live streams, because I like to see you guys get results. So let's see, Qualcomm. Here we go. So yeah, if we go to Qualcomm here and we look at the Qualcomm chart, I want to show you guys this chart to help you sort of create a picture in your mind of what could happen here with Litecoin. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, here's Qualcomm, and let's open up Litecoin chart again, and we'll show you. I'll just go ahead and show you a little bit of what I'm seeing here. Now, when it comes to fractals and the way that humans trade markets, we have a tendency to repeat human psychology. We have a tendency to do the same thing. Now, it's not exactly the same. We have this saying that we use a lot on this channel. Mark Twain actually is the one that said it, but he said that history doesn't repeat. I won't type it out because then I'll have to. He said history doesn't repeat. He said that it often rhymes. Okay, so Mark Twain said this. Now, history doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes. That is so true. There are cases where I can show you the comparison between two cycles where they're so identical that I would use the word repeat, right? Where I can just say, okay, history did repeat in this case. But most of the time, it rhymes. It looks similar, okay? Now, if we look at Litecoin here and we look at Qualcomm, there's actually a lot of similarities between the human psychology that took place here with Litecoin and with Qualcomm. The difference being that with Litecoin, you can see a significant increase in the amount of volatility that's occurring in the cycle. So let's go ahead and draw this out. You get cycle 1. So this is cycle 1 here on Qualcomm. All right. Now, cycle 1 on Qualcomm and cycle 1 on Litecoin are basically identical. Okay. I mean, if you look at those two charts side by side, that first cycle on Qualcomm and that first cycle on Litecoin, there really isn't a difference. It's exactly the same. But as time goes on, you start to see more of the rhyming effect, okay? Because as time goes on, you see that, well, there's a mini cycle right here on Qualcomm. You can see it. You can visually see there's a mini cycle here on Qualcomm, right? It pumps up, it pulls back. There's a mini cycle right here, just as there was a mini cycle right here, right? Pumps up, pulls back. There was a mini cycle. So one mini cycle, two mini cycle. Now, if we go back and we look here at Litecoin, what do we see? Isn't this crazy how this works? One mini cycle right here. But what's interesting is that secondary cycle, instead of it being mini, crypto is way, way, way more volatile than stocks. Okay? It's more volatile. And in that same period where Qualcomm did a really kind of a smaller cycle right there, Litecoin actually did a pretty volatile cycle right here. But it's the same psychology occurring on both charts. Okay? Cycle 1 over here with Litecoin, and then cycle 1 over there with Qualcomm. Both coincide with each other. And then, of course, you get your mini cycle. And then, of course, on Litecoin, you can see mini cycle. And that second cycle is like in between mini and big. You can see that increase in volatility. Now, what happened to Qualcomm? Well, Qualcomm recovered, right? Qualcomm went up into a new high. Qualcomm broke its all-time high and is really on a very, very nice uptrend. If you want to talk about basics of investing and simple fundamentals of technical analysis, if you want to talk about fundamentals of technical analysis, Qualcomm is in an uptrend, right? This is an uptrend. Well, I think that just how Qualcomm had this cycle right here and pulled back and then broke out into a new all-time high, I think Litecoin, this mini cycle right here, I think that Litecoin could follow just like how Qualcomm did and start breaking out. Now, people probably won't believe me, okay? Cool. You know, you guys can choose to believe as you wish in the markets and stuff. And I honestly am going to give compassion to anybody that doesn't believe me because of the fact that the market cycle chart basically speaks towards where we're at in the cycle. We're in the disbelief phase of the cycle. And so 90% of the market is going to be in disbelief. So if you don't believe me that Litecoin could recover here, well, 90% of the market doesn't believe me, right? 90% of investors don't, because the point that we're at in the cycle is literally labeled disbelief. So, yeah. But yeah, I do think Litecoin could start to follow Qualcomm here and break out just like how Qualcomm did. It's doing the same psychology. I've been watching this, by the way, this comparison since Litecoin was worth $27 down here. That's how I knew Litecoin was going to break out into a bull market up here. I didn't know it was going to go as high as it did, right? Because it's more volatile than Qualcomm. It went up to pretty high right here, right? Whereas Qualcomm just kind of went up and tested its previous all-time high right here. Litecoin actually pushed up through its all-time high for a second. But the comparison I've been watching for a long time, it's why I knew Litecoin was going to go into another bull market back in 2019 and 2018 when everybody was selling their Litecoin. And it was also in disbelief at that same point of its cycle. So I hope that helps you with Litecoin. A lot of people have been asking for technical analysis on Litecoin. That's my views on Litecoin. Yeah. ADA, please. Yeah, we can run over ADA. Absolutely. ADA. So, what do I think ADA could do? Well, that is a very, very good question, my friend. What I think ADA could do. Well, the very first thing that I want to show you guys is the very first thing that a lot of people miss. It's market cycle analysis, okay? to be honest with you, it does frustrate me. It does, in some ways, frustrate me. I try really hard to be patient, but it is hard sometimes, okay? Because basically, at the bottom of almost every single market cycle since I have started this YouTube channel, okay? There was the bottom of the 2017 bear market on crypto, right? If you were here in 2017, there was this summer bear market that happened right here. So this was 2017. In 2017, the summer bear market happened. And when crypto was down at this level, I was bullish on crypto, okay? But it was super frustrating, and this was the first time I really started to experience it as a teacher on YouTube. But down here, nobody would believe me. In fact, people were mad at me for saying that the market was bullish down here, okay? People were mad at me. Even my own VIP members were mad at me saying that the market was bullish down here, okay? Then what happened? Right? 57 times in value. Thankfully, some people listened to me. One of the people that have been watching my channel for a long time, shout out, you know who you are, made over 2.7, I don't remember exactly, it was like 2 point something million dollars, over $2 million investing in Stellar Lumens because they listened to me. On a single trade, they made over $2 million, okay? So I remember them messaging me and being like, hey, Dallin, even though the 2017 summer bear market happened, I made it all back times like 50 when the bull market came because they listened to me. But as a teacher, you have no idea how hard it is to see a perfect opportunity for people to make insane gains and trying to tell them, and then they get mad at you for trying to tell them the opportunity. As a teacher, it's frustrating to me. But whatever, I'm learning how to deal with it, trying to be nice, trying to be compassionate, because a lot of people it's just ignorance, right? And so they just need to dispel ignorance. Well, the same thing happened in 2020 when Bitcoin was bottoming out. During the COVID drop, I tried to tell people Bitcoin was bullish. I tried to tell people Litecoin was bullish, XRP. Tried to tell people a lot of coins were bullish. And again, people were mad at me for being bullish. Even my own members, some of my own members were mad at me. Okay, you guys are pretty supportive. I'm not trying to critique. All right. In fact, to be honest with you guys, I have some of the best viewers, best VIP members, best viewers on this channel ever. But I am just trying to describe to you what happens. And as a teacher, why I really wish I could somehow get it into your minds more effectively at the right time, that more people would listen to me. Because I want you guys to make money. And when I see people getting mad at me or mad at the fact that I'm bullish because they think they know what the market's going to do, right? It's hard as a teacher because you want people to take advantage of the opportunity. Then you see a lot of people miss out because of their own opinions. Well, I'm here to tell you that the same thing is true for ADA right now, okay? I try to tell people I'm bullish on ADA. People get mad at me. And as a teacher, I'm sitting here trying to tell you guys, please, please use the fundamentals of technical analysis, because that's how you're going to make insane gains in these markets. That's how you're going to make money. Please just use technical analysis. Don't use your emotions. So yeah, it is really frustrating as a teacher when that happens, but I understand. I'm not, judging or anything. So yeah, here we go. Check out this. This is an example of a market cycle, okay? The reason, like I said, most people do it is because of ignorance. They fail because of ignorance. So that's why I have to try to be patient with people that can't see it. But for me, it's like easy to see. So that's partially why it's hard as a teacher sometimes. But yeah, so you guys can see here that with Cardano here on the left and then over here on the right, I have an example of a crypto market cycle. In this case, it's Bitcoin. You can see why it's so hard for me when people are bearish at the bottom of a market cycle, because if you look at the market cycle, that's the point of maximum financial opportunity. So it's hard as a teacher to see people bearish on crypto right now, you know. But yeah, when it comes to Cardano, I do see a complete market cycle. I do see the beginnings of a reversal, just like Bitcoin back in the day in 2015, before it started to break out into a new cycle. So yeah, I'm bullish on Cardano. That's my honest opinion. And even if on these videos, even just because I'm telling the truth in these streams, even if I lose 100 subscribers, even if I have like 500 people that watch me, the reason I'm here to make these videos is to tell you guys the truth of these markets. And if some people leave because of it right now, cool. I just want you guys to see it as it is. Please give us some analysis on BTC USD. So I already did some analysis on BTC USD. Okay, so let's go ahead and view Bitcoin. But I'll just go ahead and do it just real quick here because we already talked about it. You can watch this stream later at the start. Basically, Bitcoin is in a massive uptrend. Okay, higher highs, higher lows. This is the definition of an uptrend. You show this to a child, and they're going to be able to tell you that it's in an uptrend. Don't fight the trend. The trend is your friend. If you try to short this thing, it's like trying to swim upstream after the Hoover Dam broke, okay? Right? After a dam breaks, you don't try to swim upstream. Otherwise, you're going to be screwed. So, same thing is true for Bitcoin. If you're trying to short this thing, if you're trying to sell this thing, you're literally fighting against massive amounts of money. You're trying to swim upstream. This thing is in a bull market. It's going to keep going higher. So yeah. How can I tell if an alt... Can you guys hear me good? I'm going to turn up my mic volume a little bit here. Hopefully you guys can hear me good. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Maybe that's a little bit better. Let me know if it's too loud, too quiet. I want to make sure you guys can hear me on this stream. How can I tell if an altcoin is dead or is a scam? Okay, well, first of all, most people are automatically assuming that a lot of things are dead when they're not. Okay, with Bitcoin breaking out into a raging bull market like this, even coins that are quote unquote dead are still going to increase in value, even if they don't do 100x, okay? But that doesn't mean you want to go around buying dead coins, because if you buy a dead coin that only does 100% in value, and then there's another coin that all of a sudden does seven times or 70 times in value because it's a good coin, right? You just missed out on all those gains. But with that being said, a lot of coins are going to increase because money's coming into Bitcoin. Even coins that aren't really that good. Okay, as money comes into the mothership, it flows into everything else. But when it comes to finding those coins that are good and finding those coins that aren't good, right? How to determine what ones are good and what ones aren't. This is where technical analysis really comes in, and then also just having some common sense. You know, like I personally won't invest in certain projects because I personally don't think that they're like an honest or legitimate coin. Okay. Now, because I use technical analysis to trade and invest in these markets, I don't care really what the coin does. I could care less what the coin does. I'm just looking at the charts. Okay. So, for example, if we go over here to Dogecoin, let's go to Dogecoin. It's a great example of this. Okay, people are bearish on Dogecoin right now. And again, as a teacher, it's like, come on, you guys. You're really going to be bearish on this thing right now? You really going to do that? So yeah, check out Dogecoin. So Dogecoin, if you compare it to Bitcoin, just like we were comparing ADA cycles, you can see that Dogecoin is a great example of a coin that people may think is dead because they have this idea about the market. They have this idea in their minds about crypto, so that they might think it's dead, but really, Dogecoin is not dead. Dogecoin is one of those coins that you're going to be able to do insane profit. Right? I was just talking about how some coins are going to only do 100% and some coins are going to do like 50x. Okay, Dogecoin is an example of a coin that people think is dead, but it's gonna do crazy gains. It's gonna do insane gains this cycle. So yeah, you can see that just in people's minds, they think something's dead just because it went down in value, but they don't understand the cycle. Because if they understood the cycle, they'd be buying down there. That's the point of maximum financial opportunity. That's the point where people really make their money, is in the dip. This is where the big players buy. It's down here. They're not buying up here. They let you buy up there. They're buying down here, right? So yeah. So how do you find a coin that is dead, right? How do you find one that doesn't look like it's ever going to recover? Well, it's a little bit harder because, like I said, when Bitcoin increases in value, a lot of these coins are going to increase in value even if they don't do crazy gains. But there are going to be things that can show you whether a coin is dead or not, right? Is there still development on that coin? Is there still people actually developing? Or is it just completely dead, or there are no developers? Okay, that's one way you can determine if something's dead or not. Another way you can determine is if it's just a complete and total scam, right? A lot of times people find coins and they are able to show that it's a total scam. And so then it starts going down in value and it just continues to do so. The only warning I have with that is that people get thinking something's a scam because of news articles, right? People told me Ethereum was a scam at the bottom of the last bear market because of news articles. So when it comes to whether it's a scam or not, you have to know 100% sure that that's a scam before you call it a dead project. Because if you're just trusting news articles, the news articles are going to make the best coin ever look like a total scam at the bottom of the market because that's where all the big players are buying. Okay? So yeah, if there's no development, if it's a provable scam, not just news articles, not just some person's opinion, but provably a scam, that's something to watch out for. Another thing is downtrend, right? This isn't always the case. If you understand the cycle, you're trying to buy, even if a market's in a downtrend on the short term, you're trying to scale in as you get closer to Fibonacci levels. But with that being said, if something's just in a massive downtrend and it's a massive falling knife and there's absolutely no signs of any form of reversal, then maybe it's going to keep going down, right? So that can be a sign that a coin is dead. But it's not always the case. Like Jasmy is a coin that people have been requesting a lot in these videos, in these live streams, and I'm here to tell you that I'm bullish on Jasmy. But people see this and they say, oh, well, look at this giant falling knife. And they see this and they go, oh, well, this thing looks like it's completely dead. Look at this massive downtrend. This must be dead, right? Well, I could go show you example after example of altcoins that I bought that were quote unquote dead in everybody's eyes. Everybody thought they were dead, that right afterwards did 20x, 50x, right? Like I was talking about the summer bear market in 2017 when altcoins crashed in the summer bear market of 2017. A lot of altcoins went down 90%. They were in downtrends. People thought they were dead, but I bought them anyways. And yeah, made insane gains. That one person made over $2 million on Stellar Lumens. My VIP member, lifetime VIP member, made over $2 million on Stellar Lumens because he bought the dip, even though everybody was saying it was dead. He bought the dip, you know? So yeah. Here on Jasmy, I'll show you one of the reasons I'm bullish on Jasmy. If you switch to the logarithmic chart, then you can see that this has started to see a reversal. When you're not on the logarithmic chart, it just looks like death, doom, and despair, right? But when you switch to the logarithmic chart, then you can see very clearly the ABC correction down, your double bottom, your break out of the double bottom pattern, and you can start to see that Jasmy is indeed showing signs of a reversal here. So you can't just say just because it's in a downtrend, it automatically means it's going to not go up. So I hope that helps. If there's a scam coin, if you can provably prove that it's a scam, if it's in a massive downtrend with no signs of reversal, or if like people just, if there's just no volume, right? Then those things can definitely contribute to it never having another cycle. If there's no devs, nobody developing, that probably will contribute to it never having another cycle. But if you can find a coin that's on lots of different big exchanges, you know, it's on Binance, it's on KuCoin, right? It's on a bunch of different exchanges, and it has consistent volume, then it's probably not a dead coin, even if the price has gone down. If there's good trading volume, there's devs, it's on big exchanges, as Bitcoin breaks out, it's going to follow Bitcoin. Okay? So yeah, a lot of coins might look dead when they're not. Altcoins, something that's really important to note is that altcoins actually take longer than Bitcoin. At the beginning of every Bitcoin bull market ever, Bitcoin leads. In other words, at the start, Bitcoin does the highest percentage gain. There's always some coins that are outperforming Bitcoin no matter what. But overall, at the beginning of a bull market, Bitcoin does the highest percentage gain. Then as the bull market continues, then altcoins do the highest percentage gain. You go into what's called alt season. And alt season is where those coins that look like they were dead all of a sudden are doing what Bitcoin is doing right now. So yeah, hopefully that helps give some clarification on how to find dead coins. When do I plan on selling? Well, I'm not going to give you exact price because that is reserved for VIP members. I do have targets, but that's not something that I give out for free. I will tell you, though, that I will give you one of my targets because some of them are public for free. That target would be Ethereum. Okay, Ethereum is going to go, personally, I think Ethereum will go to about $10,000 to $20,000 per coin this cycle. So if that gives you a general idea, maybe that will be helpful to you in some way. And that way I can give you something completely free that is helpful to you in some way. But yeah, I think Ethereum could go upwards of $20,000 before the top of this cycle. So for all the people that are bearish, for all you stinky bears, as we like to call them, for all you guys, you have a long ways to go before we're going to have a bear market. That's all I have to say. Indicator of a scam coin is if it's shilled by bots, in the comment section. Yes, if a coin is shilled by bots in the comment section, it's definitely a scam. Okay? Like, you have no idea. I have to make it so all of my videos are approval only. All of my content here on YouTube is approval only. Okay? So in order to comment on my videos, I have to approve every single comment manually. Now, the reason why I do that is because I get hundreds of scam comments from stupid coins that are totally scams, totally fake coins, trying to pump their coin in the comment section on my videos. The other thing that people do is they try to pretend that they're somebody else, or they try to pretend they're making like $50,000 a week. And so they make some fake comment, message me on Telegram, right? So I make it so all my videos are approval only to help protect you guys from scams in the comment section. But it is true. If a coin is in somebody's comment section and a bunch of bots, it's probably a scam. That is very true. Okay, let's see here. Doge to the moon. Yeah, man, I totally agree. Dogecoin is going to go crazy this cycle. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. Can you please talk about exit strategy? Yeah, I can, but like I said, I'm not going to tell you where I'm exiting. But yeah, as a coin goes into price discovery, as you start to go into optimism, belief, and thrill and euphoria, that is the phase of the cycle where it's overvalued. Are we there yet? Ask yourself, are we there yet? Honestly determine for yourself, and if you can't see it, then maybe you should think about it and learn TA and get the fundamentals of technical analysis so you don't get screwed up in the markets buying tops and selling bottoms because of ignorance. So yeah, basically when it comes to selling, I have a strategy. I have Fibonacci levels that I use to determine targets, and they're provable. In other words, they're consistent, they're back testable. It's worked every single cycle. And yeah, my trading strategy is very good. I'm really proud of it. So yeah. But yeah, we've got a long ways before I'm selling. You'll know in my live streams and stuff, even if I'm not telling you guys what price I'm selling at now, because that's VIP information. And I'm not saying that to shill my VIP. I literally don't care if you go buy my VIP or not. But I am just going to tell you that that's VIP information. But as we get closer to the top of the market, yeah, publicly I'll tell you that I'm getting out. I don't care. But until that point, you should probably learn TA. See if you can figure out how to determine targets and stuff. So yeah. Hope I didn't miss anything. Oh, I read that one. Sweet. So yeah, it looks like you guys are pretty well caught up on coins you want me to cover. So yeah, that's good. We do have quite a bit of things going on in the markets right now. There are coins that are just continually breaking out, coins that are just continually going up, right? A lot of people probably want to know, what about Dog with a Hat? I personally didn't buy that one. But if you go watch my channel, you'll know why I'm so big on Dogecoin, why I have Dogecoin in my crypto wallet. You guys, if you go watch my channel a month ago, I told everybody to buy Dogecoin, Shiba Inu. And when I say I told you to buy it, I told you that my personal views on it, because I can't tell you directly to buy it. This isn't financial advice. But with that being said, on my channel, I was like, hey, you guys, Dogecoin is going to moon. Dogecoin's going to go crazy. Shiba's going to go crazy, right? And I also mentioned Pepe was going to go crazy. I made a video about meme coins. Flocky was going to go crazy. All four of those went completely nuts. And they're only just getting started. So yeah, trust TA. The charts, show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. Okay? Everybody is bearish. And then when the news articles come out and all those bullish news articles come out, guess what? Those people that were trading the charts were bullish way, way before all those people that are bullish because of the news articles. Show me the charts, I'll tell you the news. It works every single time. I'm serious. You have no idea how many times that I've used technical analysis to say, okay, I think the market is getting near its bottom. And while everybody else in the news was all bearish, I was bullish. And then guess what? The markets broke out, and then a whole bunch of bullish news started to come out after the opportunity was already gone, after it was too late. So it does work. Show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. Man, I start dropping off on viewers every single time I start trying to tell people the market's going to go up. I've been analyzing my live stream here and watching how many live viewers I have at a single time. And if I start talking about the markets going up, my viewer rate just drops off a cliff. This is exactly what I was trying to tell you guys at the beginning of the stream, that as a teacher, you have no idea how frustrating it is to see a perfect opportunity in the markets for people to make 50x their money, okay? Straight up 50 freaking times their money. And yet you try to tell them it's bullish and they get mad at you. It's so frustrating as a teacher, right? Every time I'm doing these live streams, I start talking bullish and my viewer rate goes down, okay? If I wanted to grow this channel, I would just straight up totally manipulate everything and I'd be so bearish right now because it would get me all of the views. And then as the market went up in value and as we got near to the top, I'd be super bullish because it would get me all of the views. It's just crazy. It's so frustrating as a teacher to see how few people will take advantage of the opportunity right in front of their face. But yeah, I'll just keep saying it. I don't care if my viewer rate goes down, you know. I don't care if people stop watching my stream because they get angry and they go watch somebody else. I don't care. I'm bullish. I'll tell you what I really think the market's going to do. I got an abnormal amount of hate for being bullish on Bitcoin when it was worth $15,000 per coin. And then it went up to 70,000. So I don't care what the public thinks. I care what the chart is going to do. And that's what I'm here to tell you in these videos and in these live streams. How can I join your VIP group and what can we learn from there? If you want to join the VIP, you can go to my website, highaltitudecrypto.com, and join the community of over 1,000 other traders. There's actually over 1,000 other VIP members. And yeah, there's pretty much like 2,000 total members in the group, free members and VIP members. It's a really great place to learn how to invest, to get started investing, and to really capitalize on the market. So check out highaltitudecrypto.com. But yeah, I really don't care if you guys do buy it or if you don't buy it. Yeah, I just want to see you guys make money. If you do want to earn a lot of money, the VIP is going to help you do that. But yeah. So yeah, okay, so let's talk a little bit about the total market cap, and then we'll call it a day. I've got some business stuff to take care of after this, so yeah. And we'll use this to do it. All right. Now, the total market cap is a prime example of a support and resistance flip. So what used to be resistance on the way up here at just around 700 billion in total market cap became support on the way down. So this is a support and resistance flip. A lot of times people will just kind of draw on their chart. They'll just draw S/R flip. So that just means support and resistance flip, where what used to be resistance became major support. And then after that, you can also see that if you zoom into the chart, there's a bullish engulfing candlestick. What's this right here? Let's go ahead and delete our support and resistance line so it's easier to see. That's called a bullish engulfing candlestick. You can see this red candlestick right here, this little red one right here. That green candlestick came in and engulfed the red one. It's bigger than it, engulfed it. You can see it ate it right up, right? That bullish engulfing candlestick is a bullish reversal. That is a sign of a shift from selling momentum into buyer momentum. And then, of course, we push up here, we make a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And now we're going right up to major all-time resistance on the total market cap. Now, Bitcoin pushed right up through major resistance and didn't have really any problem pushing up through its all-time high. So I honestly don't think the total market cap will have much of a problem getting up through the all-time high. And yeah, so that really is dependent on whether Bitcoin pushes up here again. If Bitcoin pushes up through resistance and heads up to 80,000 per coin, then the crypto all-time high here with the total market cap is going to be broken above. We're going to see total market cap increase up to 3.6 trillion and total market cap somewhere up there. And then as we break up through resistance, we'll probably have a pullback. But so long as Bitcoin keeps going up here, I'm bullish on the total market cap. So that means a lot of coins are going to be following Bitcoin as Bitcoin pushes higher. So yeah, that's my views on the total market cap. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys taking some time to tune into today's stream. I appreciate every single one of you, and I love you. It's really awesome to be able to have a community of people in the Discord and here on YouTube to do this investing with. It makes it a lot funner for all of us when we're all making money together and we're all earning money in these markets. So, yeah, thank you guys for always supporting this channel. Any targets on XLM? You know, there are some targets here on XLM, but I probably will only talk about the short-term targets here a little bit for you today because I got to go. And yeah, let's talk about that. So here's the monthly candlesticks on XLM. You do have 5 waves up here on XLM. Now, the thing that I'd be watching for is a breakout of resistance. So you can see the XLM is pushing up to resistance here. There's a resistance level at about 15 cents. And there's also a resistance level at about 20 cents. So I'll draw a line here too. Let's pull this down just a little bit. So there's resistance here on XLM. Now, if we do break up through these resistance levels, which we likely will, as Bitcoin pushes higher, then you'll see here that XLM will likely go right up in between wave A and wave B. So we've been talking about this a lot in the streams, how when markets bottom out, they often go back to the mean level. If you go over to the market cycle chart, we'll show you what the mean level is. So as they bottom out, they often return to the mean, okay? So this gray dotted line that goes across, when they go into that despair phase where everybody's selling, once they bottom out, they return to the mean. You see that? Return to mean. So that's exactly what's happening here. What I think could be happening here with XLM. The mean is in between wave A and wave B most of the time. So as we break out here on XLM, I think we could head up to around 30 cents per coin. That's my views in the near future here on XLM. This is the monthly candlesticks, so that could be 3-4 months away, 5 months away. But yeah, that would be what I suspect to have happen here with XLM. So yeah, I appreciate you guys taking some time to tune into today's live stream. I appreciate and love every single one of you. Hopefully, I will see you guys next week. I have been doing these live streams once a week. I know you guys have been getting a lot of value, learning a lot watching them. So I have a lot of fun doing them. And yeah, I plan on doing more. So I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you again for tuning in. Definitely go check out my other videos. There's a lot of opportunity in the markets right now. There's a lot of coins to buy. So yeah, I will see you guys in future videos and in future live streams. As always, stay profitable out there.